that there has been a slight drop in crime in Nairobi city, but many would beg to differ.
Take the staff and owners of the establishment in the clip we are about to show you.
Their experience was captured by over 5 cameras within that establishment in South Sea 2 weeks ago. But 2 weeks later, they still are no closer to finding these criminals who are said to be operating within the area.
KTN's John-Allan Namu with this exclusive report on a robbery in broad daylight.
It was just a few minutes past 8 a.m. on the 18th of September in South Sea Estate. This lady in red cleans up the front porch of this banking establishment, preparing for the heavy foot traffic that will come this way on this day. Soon her colleagues join her, waiting for the bank to be opened. They all don't know that at the edge of the corridor, their every move is being keenly watched. Soon the store is opened and everybody else files into the banking hall. The lady is left outside to finish cleaning up. From the edge of the corridor, 2 men, a stout-looking man in a suit and a casually dressed man, approach. They hesitate a little, then get in. Before she knows it, another pair of men approach from the near end of the corridor and tell her to get into the hall. Before she can resist, she's threatened with a gun. They quickly lead her off the street and into the establishment. One of them keeps watch, with another still at the far end of the outside corridor also standing guard. Another thief trades places with the one standing outside the bank's entrance. They are now 6 in total. Inside, a security guard hears the lady's calls to open up. When he does, he sees 4 men brandishing weapons, and a struggle to keep them out begins. He calls for help, but by this time the thieves on the other side of the door are halfway in. One of them points his gun into the hall from around the door, and that decides it. They're all inside now. An employee at the banking establishment who is too scared to appear on camera tells us what happened next.
One of our staffs alikuwa ameingia huko ndani. Walikuwa wanataka kuingia huko nyuma ndani. And vile wakashindwa kuingia hiyo mlango yenye iko hapo kando. Wakaona time na iko very limited kwao.
Unable to access a strong room of the bank, the thieves decide to make their escape. Aiming to scare the bank employees into not following them, this man fires off 2 shots at the wall. As the staff members cower behind a pillar, one of the shots ricochets off the wall and hits this man in the leg. They don't steal anything, but based on their actions, the thieves seem to have been watching the opening routines of the bank for a while, knowing them well enough to establish the safest time to access the bank. A bank guarded throughout the day by a pair of armed administration police officers.
Our opening hours, it's a little bit earlier. So my AP wanakuja around 8:45. Na ofisi tukifungua lazima tukuje tufanye cleanness nini, alafu ilibidi sisi tufungue kwanza, alafu na AP wanakuja baadaye.
How they make their escape is even more intriguing. The man standing guard outside, upon hearing the shots, signals to his colleague on the far end with his wrist. Then, one after another, the thieves leave the bank and hop onto 3 boda-bodas that seem to have been waiting for them. These were the last images of the thieves captured by the bank's CCTV on this day. 2 weeks later, at the South Sea boda-boda stage,
sisi kila mtu anajuana na watu wake wa stage kama sisi hapa Akiba wapi.
We ask Mohamed Waswa, the chairman of the boda-boda operators at this stage, whether he has heard of allegations that boda-boda operators in the area are being used to commit crime. He's quick to defend his area.
Tofauti ikiwa Westland wapi tunasikia, lakini sasa kama hapa South Sea sisi hatuwezi kuwa ndio wenye tunabeba waisi, ni bado tunafanyia hapo kazi. Kila mtu anajua area yake vile inakaa, na mtu mgeni akikuja tunajua huyu mtu ni mgeni.
But when we ask him about this particular incident,
kama sisi hatuwezi kuwajua juu unajua watu huwa wanatumianga ile wanaweza kuwa wanatumia ile kitu yenye nawapeleka speedi, labda wakuje waharibie kama sisi wana boda boda.
Even Waswa readily admits that this isn't the first time that border operators in the area have ferried criminals. An interesting lead, but one that, this time around, doesn't seem to have caught the attention of the police.
It's perhaps telling of a wider serious security situation in various suburbs of Nairobi, like here in South C, that in the 1 week since a robbery occurred up the road about 300 meters from this border station, not one police officer has come to interview any of the border operators here. That despite the owners of that establishment having visited 4 police stations. John-Allan, Namu, KTN, Nairobi.